All right. Well, hope this intro pumped everybody up um, because, and I'm going to mute my speakers. Hello, everyone. Loic here from Chicago. Really excited to see you tonight. So to see you on the chat. Um, I will be covering for Carmen, who's been a wonderful speaker tonight. So I apologize if it's funky. As you know, I'm stepping away from running the cycle. So today I'm joined by Frank Socorro. As you know, we're supposed to meet every second Thursday of the month, but this time we push it to the third or fourth Thursday. So it's a special edition, and we are joined by Matt Harris. Matt, how are you?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Very good. So before I pass it to you, I'm really, really excited. We had a lot. So we want to couple of announcements. The first one is you've seen the video for the T-Rex 5 Max. Today session is proudly sponsored by IK Multimedia, and we're going to give away a free full license of T-Rex 5 Max, which includes a lot of mixing and mastering plugins. So one of you will be the lucky winner. We also, because we had so many submissions since April 8th, we want to prioritize the listening and the feedback for those who are attending. So I see right now we're 11 people tune in. So if you can drop your name and the name of the track that you submitted, and we will start with the one that has been submitted. That would be very appreciated. I see already a couple of folks. I see Vicky. We submitted a track.
And Andrea.
She said Andrea. So great. So you guys, if you can, we're going to start with those. And as you join, please drop the name of your track. And we know there's a bit of delay between me announcing and you dropping. So while we play a couple of tracks, make sure you drop the name of your track. And without further ado, I also want to encourage you to join our Discord. We have a massive announcement coming out next week. If you make by any chance Latin music, or if you are interested in Latin music, the genre, the impact on culture, or just want to hang out, make sure you stay tuned on our Discord, our Facebook, our email, our Instagram, and our Twitter account, because we're going to announce an upcoming event for June that's going to blow your mind. And I'm really, really excited about this. So make sure you stay tuned. There will be a big announcement for major 2-day music expo coming up in June around Latin music. And we'll make the announcement early next week. So stay tuned. And without further ado, I'm going to retire and pass it to Frank and Matt. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And I look forward to
Loic.
all the feedback.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that lovely intro. Matt, how are you?
I'm great. Frank, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Just happy to be here. So we were supposed to do this 2 weeks ago, but we had some technical difficulties. The studio I was at, the power went out. So we had to reschedule, but now we're here and gave a couple of extra people a chance to submit their records. So we have kind of an order that we're going to go by, and I appreciate you guys putting in your names for those of you that are here. And what I'm going to do is I'll just ask. I'll say the name. I know some of you already told me you're here, so I'm going to mark that. But I'll ask if you're here, and then I'll kind of just go ahead and play the track. So we have an order that we're going to go with. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Matt, do you have anything you want to tell them? Matt, you're in California, and I'm in Miami. And you have anything you want to tell the lovely people?
Oh, no, I'm just glad to be here. This is exciting for me. It's going to be good to listen to everybody's stuff and get to critique everything. So
Absolutely.
definitely looking forward to it.
All right. Well, with that being said, there's a song called 23rd Hour, and I'm going to butcher this right now, but it's C'est Nuit d'été. I think that's how you say that in French. And they submitted a track, or he or she submitted a track. I don't know if they're here. But I'm going to play it, and we'll talk about it. Here we go.
Tout est doux comme un bisou, donné sur la joue, léger comme un cœur d'amoureux qui se donne au jeu, marqué des éclats de rire, d'amis et d'amants. Retrouvons-nous pour ces nuits d'été. J'ai tant rêvé des nuits d'été, de leur velours étoilé, où l'on se rassemble, on rit et on danse et on s'accorde un peu d'insouciance. Jamais, jamais, je me lasserai de ces nuits d'été, où tout est doux comme un bisou, donné sur la joue, léger comme un cœur d'amoureux qui se donne au jeu, marqué des éclats de rire, d'amis et d'amants. Retrouvons-nous pour ces nuits d'été.
Awesome. All right. So that is our first track. So for those of you who've never been here before, I usually just play kind of like a verse and a chorus. That was actually able to play a little bit more there. Felt like maybe second verse and a little bit of a second chorus. All right. So my notes for this, for those of you who are listening, I thought the balance of this overall was really well done. There was some really good panning and the stereo image was really great. The only thing that I would say, me personally, is if it was just a little bit brighter, like on the vocals and maybe some of the instrumentation. But other than that, I felt like the balance on the mix was good. The low end was good. And for the style of the record that it is, I felt like it made sense. What do you think, Matt?
I actually like that one. It was a very, very good mix, well balanced, like you said. I like the bossa nova kind of Brazilian vibe, and I thought the vocal performance was really, really good. My only beef was the background vocals. I thought they could come up a little bit, but they added like a nice texture. But I wanted to hear them a little bit more. But other than that, it was a nice one.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that it was actually a really good mix. So whoever did that, kudos to you. And then we're gonna move on. My dog Claptrap, are you here, Claptrap? I don't know if Claptrap is here. Claptrap, Claptrap, Claptrap. Well, I'm gonna play your track, Claptrap, and then if you're here, I hope you get to listen. So I'm actually going to play a little bit down the road from this one. Not down the road, but kind of closer toward the middle because for the most part, the beginning is kind of samey. So I'm going to play from it's kind of like a breakdown section. All right. And that was Level Up by Claptrap. Um. Oh, sorry. Hold on a second. Sorry. So on that one, I like the low end. Like on the punch on the kick, I just felt like it could have been a little bit more aggressive. Hey, Licata Brothers, welcome. I see you guys. So I mean, I like the overall the sounds. I just think the balance between the sounds could have been a little bit better. I think the kick could have come up. That one meow 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 sound could have probably like been tucked in a little bit more for me. Just when the kick comes in after that section, like I feel like it should be more explosive, and it kind of doesn't. It kind of just stays really stagnant. Not stagnant, but just kind of stays the same. So I would maybe rebalance it, maybe bring the kick up a little bit more, bring that sound, even though it's aggressive, bring it down, and then figure out and just kind of make it feel more exciting. What do you think, Matt?
I like the sound design on that one. Again,
Yeah.
I agree with you on the balance of it, though. There's a lot of layers, a lot of stuff happening there. So it's really important to kind of prioritize sounds and figure out what's most important and what time and kind of really do your arrangement like that. But I like the use of space, too. It's kind of things are up front, but there's also things that are going backwards and away from you, too. So I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to say that we've been doing these things since like around November. And in the beginning of the year, we started doing them more regularly. And the mixes are definitely getting better. Like you guys are like, I can tell you guys are coming back and you guys are listening. And I really appreciate that. So kudos to all of you who've been improving on your mixing. The next track is John Tippin's Never Loved So Freely. So here we go. John Tippin's.
Wasn't looking for love, but when I met you, changed my mind, got a whole new mood, yeah. Never felt like this, not a single care. Like we could do anything, go anywhere. So come right over, baby. You know you drive me crazy. I need you next to me, yeah. So amazing how you keep me craving all our misbehaving, yeah. I never loved so freely. Got me.
I think we lost everybody.
I am here.
Oh, there we
So Frank is like, I'm heading back to the club.
go.
This is the beauty of live.
Oh, yes.
Exotic and I, we were like talking about good vibes, and then we cut him off. Like, oops, yeah. Okay, he's coming
Got
back.
the ooh la
There it
la
is.
fire in
He's
your
coming back with the
eyes,
music.
levitating every time you're calling me up. So come right over, baby. Slide on closer, baby. I need you next to me, yeah. So amazing how you keep me craving all our misbehaving. I never loved this freely. Got me hoping for just one more moment, so I keep the door open. I never loved so freely.
All right. I'm really sorry, guys. That was super weird. I just cut out. So now I'm on this like crappy camera. Let me turn my lights up a little bit more. Maybe that'll help. So yeah. So that was John Tippin's Never Loved So Freely. Super cool track. Again, super good balance. I really like the overall feel of the track. The dynamics are great on the track. Really well done. Personally, I would have turned the drums up a little bit more. I think if the drums are a little bit louder, maybe kind of pushing more into an R&B kind of vibe, and if the backgrounds I feel like could have come up, I think we can get closer into like that Bruno Mars territory, which I think would have been cool for this track. But other than that, I really liked it. The bounce was cool. It was a well done record, and yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I really like that one. It reminded me of Michael Franks, actually. So I like the slapback delay they put on in the vocals in the pre-chorus section. That was pretty cool change. And the filtering, I don't know if we got to the bridge, but I was listening to it earlier, and I like the filtering they did in the bridge section too. That's pretty cool. My only thing was the sound choice. The sound, some of the keyboards and stuff sounded a little bit dated. But other than that, it was a cool record. I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why I said like if the drums are a little bit louder, and we had more of like that, like if the synth bass, I think there was like a synth bass in there. Some of those keyboards, if they were made a little bit more aggressive, I think we get into that Bruno territory. And then the keys being like an older sound, then it kind of like then it's like a retro thing, and then I kind of feel like it makes sense. But yeah, overall super cool. Good job. Next track is by Andres Rivera, and it's Lo que me hace feliz. So here we go. Andres last time did a really good job with his mix. He had some pretty banging drums. So let's see what happens this time. What? Sorry. I don't know what just happened. My Pro Tools just stopped. Let's see. And this is the beauty of live. Let's see here, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can just get it to come back. Oh, it just me with his laptop. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's say I have a little bit of a beach ball of death right here, guys, for a situation. I guess Andres' track was just two computers. Oh my God. Let's see here. Oh man. Bear with me, guys. Me.
Play. You
Talk amongst yourselves.
Do you want me to play the track?
Yeah, if you can for now until this actually gets sorted out.
Let's try. Let me try. So, give me a second. I'm gonna have to ask people if they can hear the track or if you guys can hear it. Hold on.
Sorry, guys. This never happens.
And for some reason, I'm not able to access the folder. That's interesting.
Okay. Yeah, you see what happened here. Since you moved out.
Okay, I have the folder. Do you want me to play?
Yeah, because it's my.
Okay, so I won't be putting. Let me see if I can put. Okay, so we see the folder here, and I'm going to play this track. randomly in it, and you tell me if you hear it.
Saturadas, tantas rimas taradas volando por ahí, yo ignorándolas, escuchando a Sohai, tantos flows tontos ingreídos, pero yo tranquilo disfrutando los kilos de las rimas gordas que tira KCO. Mucho color opaco rondando Babilonia, pero me van salvando las letras que suenan cuando Babilonia empieza su show. Nada más hermoso que te hagan mover el cuello y no el culo sin mostrar las tetas en los videos. Eso sí es dembow que elimina el estilo flaco flow y melanina. El que se sienta identificado, que mueva el cuello, porque si no se le ha quebrado, levante la mano, que esto va más rápido, de cantar luego. ¿Qué es lo que me hace tan feliz? ¿Qué es lo que me hace feliz? ¿Qué es lo que me hace tan feliz? Pero ¿qué coño es esta felicidad? Lo que...
All right, back to you. Frank, Matt?
Oh, you guys there? Yo,
Yeah.
you guys there?
Yeah, you're on the stream.
Oh, okay, cool. I like that one. I'm a hip hop head myself, so I love hearing different hip hop vibes. My only thing with that track was it seemed a little bit monotonous. So there's gonna be different ways you can kind of trick the vocal out or do more drops or automation, things like that, to kind of just keep it moving and switch it up. But I like the grittiness of the vocals. That's kind of what I liked about that. A lot of people try to make things a lot clearer, but grittiness sometimes is good. It adds a little bit of texture, and especially with rap vocals like that. So I like that track.
And Frank is having technical difficulties. All right. So Will, I don't know which one he wants to do next. Sorry, guys. Last time we canceled because he lost electricity, and this time I don't know what's it. It is losing audio. We're getting closer.
I'm only hearing you out of the right side, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. I cancel. I want to play so I'm not set up to play the audio.
Oh,
if I want to play the audio, I have to cancel. I have to turn on stereo, and therefore you're going to hear me on one side, unfortunately. But hopefully, I'm going to play the audio. Someone buys it. I'm going to play the audio again, and you tell me if you hear in stereo.
Okay. Yeah, it's a stereo, but it sounds like it's in mono too. I'm not hearing
It still sounds like mono, so we really need Frank to come back and save us here.
Yeah.
With his rig.
Let's see.
Sorry, guys. And by the way, you all have access to the folder. Anyone who has submitted has access to the folder, so you can, listen also to the track on your own. I'm going to see if he's sending an SOS. I'm losing everybody. All right, this is when I take over this show. Oh my God. All right, this is when I promote the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, please join us on the Discord. And also, we're going to give away a copy of T-Rex 5 Max at the end of this session, provided to you by IK Multimedia. And if you haven't checked IK Multimedia, some of you have won a couple of prizes. Drop is the Loic Show. It's not supposed to be the Loic Show. And I might not even set up because the camera is here. And as some of you know, I got a new laptop last night. So I'm still beta testing all of this. So I apologize. And I hope I'm not the reason for why we're losing Frank or Matt. But yeah, make sure you join us on the Discord. That's where we keep the conversation going. That's where collaborations happen. That's where magic happens. That's where I see very attractive pictures of studio and new gear. That's also, I'm going to call out something a new channel. And actually, I'm going to share it with you in exclusivity while Frank comes back. So I'm going to share the screen here, and it's going to be relevant to everybody. Okay? So bear with me. We're doing this live. Okay? But if you're seeing, no, I won't be able to do this. Okay, so if sharing screen, application, window, and I don't have permission. So if anyone is on the Discord, there is actually a new channel that I just created called Spotify Boost. And what does that mean? It means that I encourage anyone who has a track on Spotify to drop their track in this channel. And what I want to do, basically I want to use the power of the community on Music Expo to help each others on Spotify for now. But as you know, if there's enough momentum behind a track when it launches, we can help basically propel the track potentially on an algorithmic playlist. So I've created this channel called Spotify Boost where I invite anyone to drop a track and request to be listened to or be added, and I would do it. And I will create actually a playlist when I'll drop it as well. And the idea is for everybody to support each other's streams on Spotify. So while we do this, exactly. Yeah, so while you're there, while we're waiting for Frank to come back, go to the Discord channel, drop a link to a track on Spotify on the Spotify Boost channel. And at the end of the session, we will all look into it and give each other a boost. Okay? Yeah, I see people like it. So yeah, and I don't know if you know, but if enough people, like let's say we're a few hundreds already on the Discord, if all of us give a listen and a like to a track, I'm sure it can help significantly. And to tell you how it can work, I set myself a goal at the beginning of the month of increasing the amount of listeners to my Spotify, and I had 7 monthly listeners, and now I have over 300. So this type of things can really help each others. Yeah. Thank you, Andres. Yeah, so make sure you drop your track, and everybody will rally everybody to play and like and share on Spotify. And back to Frank.
Muted, bro.
How are we doing now?
I think Frank's muted.
Frank is muted. It was a commercial break. It was a commercial break for the Discord. Thank you so much for your patience. I see that you guys are sticking around, and really appreciate. Frank, are you on Chrome? Okay. All right. So while I'm here, oh, right. I see a couple of people drop. Oh, I love it. I see people dropping. Oh, this is beautiful. All right. Almighty Sono, so Vicky, Andreas, Exotic, everybody's dropping tracks. So make sure you go listen and like each other's tracks. And what I'll do is I have a playlist. I'll drop everything in the playlist. So as we add, we just have to go back to the playlist and we can see the tracks. But this is perfect. Yeah. So let's give each other a boost. I mean, easily all of us could get 14 playback today and maybe 2 playback per person. That's for 28. Sorry, my math are not that good today.
Check.
You're back on.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, live. Thank God this is an actual TV. We're not getting paid to do this because we would have got fired right now. All right, so I left it off. Did you guys actually get to hear the track, the Andres track, or should I play it now? We didn't get to hear it, right? You guys didn't get to play it?
Yeah, we played it.
Oh, you played it? Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'll give you guys my notes on Lo Que Me Hace Feliz from Andres. I thought the drums were cool. I would have liked that the sample would have been a little bit more present in the mix. Maybe kind of like spread out a little bit. Just kind of I felt like a lot of stuff was like kind of bunched in the middle. Even though the vocals were panned and there was like some cool panning stuff going on, I felt like because everything was here, the vocal also sounded really mid-rangey, which for prolonged listening makes it really difficult. So that's what I would say. Overall, I think it was pretty good, but I just felt like those little things could have made it better. What do you think, Matt?
Like I said before, I thought I had kind of the same comment about the vocals. I just thought they were a little bit monotonous and dark. Which the darkness isn't necessarily that bad on rap tracks like that because it kind of adds a gritty vibe to it. But that was my only real beef with that one.
Cool. All right, cool. So the next one is by Braden Dietlich. Braden, I hope I'm saying your name right. Or is it Braden? I'm not sure. Please send me an email and phonetically spell your name. So for next time I can get it right. I'm joking, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Here is Nightmares by Mr. Braden Dietlich. Cool. Thank you for the phonetic spelling, Braden. Good job. So on this one, again, you guys are really doing really good. It's going to get to the point where I'm going to come up here and be like, well, I don't have any notes and you just go home now. No, but seriously, really like the kick, really like the level of the kick. I feel like for this type of genre, it really made sense. The balance also was good. My only comment on this is the vocals. I feel like the vocals sound like they were like scooped, like all the presence was kind of like they were all high and low and there was like no middle. I think it has partly to do with the effect that's on them. There's kind of like this, sounds like some sort of filtery flangey kind of thing, and it's taking away some of the presence. That's my main comment is the vocals. Wish they were a little bit more present. I feel like, you know, some presence, a little reverb could go a long way, especially in this kind of record. What about you, Matt? What do you think?
That was my comment too. Is that the vocals really could be a little bit more upfront, and there's ways to kind of create space with vocals too, like you said, with reverb and like increasing pre-delay and things like that. But that was really my only thing. I like the drop and going into the hook because it was a little bit unpredictable. Like you knew it was a drop, and then the rhythm of the drums kind of changed up. So I like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was well produced. I like that one.
Yeah, really good job. You guys are I think one of the things that I always tell people is like the sounds you pick are super important. Like you can produce a song in a million different ways, and then your sonic choices will really kind of define the record and determine like how good it sounds. So good job overall. Next one is by Andrea Stankovic, and this record's called Romeo.
Here in my life now, oh, when you
super cool. Really dig the vibe. Super, super good, but really well written record too. Like, I love the chorus. I think it's great. I think the sound choices are great. My only I have like two comments. Similar to the previous track, I feel like the vocals felt a little bit like there was a hole in it. I feel like they could have been a little bit more present, like just kind of in your face. But in the chorus, when that bass comes in, it kind of takes over. It kind of really is really loud, and I understand the idea behind it to kind of create like this push in the chorus. And I feel like you could do that, and what you would have to do is in the verse, you would have to bring some things back. And I think that would then create that space. So then when the chorus comes in, it seems really loud. Something that I always tell people that that was told to me was that, back in the days, talking like 80s, maybe even early 90s, engineers would push the volume up of everything in the chorus. So the chorus was typically like 1 to 2 dBs louder than everything else. And that created like excitement. So it was like, there was no denying like, hey, this is the chorus, this is the part you're supposed to sing, because it was super loud. So I feel like you guys, there's a bunch of stuff added in the chorus to give you that feeling. But because it's already really loud, when you get to that point, the bass just takes over and covers up other things that are important, instead of everything feeling like it just opens up and gets really big. So I think my suggestion would be there to kind of bring some of the energy back in the verse, maybe tuck some things in, and then so in the chorus, everything's like super loud and in your face. Yeah, that's it for me. I know it's a lot, but
that's really a good thing with balancing too. Is a lot of times when you can't hear something, it's counterintuitive. Like, you want to turn it up, but like Frank said, it's sometimes good to turn other things down, and that makes the thing that you want to hear a little bit more prominent. So it seems kind of counterintuitive, but turning things down sometimes make things a little bit more clear. My thing with the vocals on that, I don't know if they used a doubler or something like that, but a lot of times it's better to just track multiple tracks of the vocals, and that will give you that thickness without giving you that kind of washy doubling feeling.
Very 80s sounding.
Yeah, exactly.
When you get that, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's almost like sometimes like the Tupac effect as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, overall, it's a great record. And I think this is a perfect example of just a couple of just little minor movements in the mix, and you have like a super duper record. So yeah, but great job, fantastic job. All right, let's go to Party Beat, Spring Party Beat by Peter Adiel. So I'll play this one. Awesome. So that was a Spring Party Beat. I really like that one. That was like, when they played it, I was like, oh, this is a little jam right here. I really love the low end on that one. That bass, obviously there was tons of space for it to just kind of be the main thing, so that was great. I felt like that little clap was a little bit thin. I feel like it could have took up a little bit more space and been a little bit more in your face. Obviously, I get this is probably intended for somebody to sing on it. Overall, I feel like the mix could have just been louder. You could have probably pushed it. You have a lot of space. And one of the things like with that clap sounding thin is when that other snare comes in, that like kind of rolling snare thing, it just seems so much louder than the clap, and it almost makes it seem out of place. So I think a rebalancing there, maybe a stronger clap. But other than that, I thought the vibe was cool. I think you're muted, Matt.
There we go.
Yeah.
I like the vibe of that one. It was really bouncy. And I again like that 808 on that one. It was kind of up front and prominent, and that kind of moved the track. I like that one. The only thing with that one is some of the sound selection I would change a little bit, just patches. It's really just some of the things sound a little bit thin, especially the harpsichord. So with a lot of tracks like that, it's really sound selection is really, really, really important. You can have great, well-produced track, but if the sounds aren't there or if they're kind of, a little bit thin, it kind of takes away from it. But I like the vibe of that track. It was pretty cool.
Awesome. All right, next track, Vicky Maldonado, Dreamin' Tonight. I saw you earlier in here, Vicky, so this one's for you.
Look into your eyes with them open, not closed. Guess I'll decide which way I like the most tonight. Dreaming tonight. Dreaming tonight. Dreaming tonight. I wanna be the one you wanna spend your life with. Getting the last first kiss. I wanna jump into the pool while it's still filling up. Cause I'm done playing safe. It's my time to loosen up tonight. Dreaming tonight. Dreaming tonight. Dreaming tonight. I crushed hard, and I fell hard for you. I fell hard for you. 'Cause when I crushed hard, and I fell hard for you. When I crushed hard. 'Cause when I crushed hard, and I fell hard for you. When I crushed hard. Oh God, I wish I knew if you'd want me to.
Super cool. I let that one play a little bit longer just because the arrangement, they kind of did some stuff there which is a little bit different. Super cool track. I really dig this track. If you're going to shoot a music video, call me. I want to be in there roller skating. No. No, I really like this one. The arrangement was great. I really like the track. I really like the reverb on the snare. I thought it was cool. I thought the bass could come up a little bit, just for a little bit more groove. And then on the vocal, I felt like it was a little bit sibilant. So the high end was a little bit, the S's were sticking out a little bit. And I know that a lot of times when we're EQing, we want that brightness because it feels like clarity and it feels clear and it feels super professional. But sometimes if you overdo it, it becomes harsh. The other thing I would say is just be careful on the compression on the stereo bus. It sometimes it feels like it's a little bit aggressive, so just be very careful. And again, you want things to be loud, maybe turn other things down at certain sections. So when the chorus comes in, it's like, there's that ebb and flow, which is super important. You can't just make it all loud because then nothing's loud if everything is loud. So those are my comments. Matt, what do you think?
I thought that was a great track. I really liked the vibe of that one. The production was good, a nice arrangement. My thing with that one was the drums could be a little bit more prominent. You gotta remember, like, drums provide the groove for the song, the rhythm of the song, so it's really a very, very important element. The other thing I thought was the vocals were a little bit too upfront, so they could be kind of tucked back just a little bit, not too much, but just a little. And the third thing was the delay in the hook. That I think it was like a little delay on one of the words in the hook. It seemed a little loud. And one way that I like to kind of solve that is kind of filter it. So sometimes when I do that, I'll put a high pass filter on the delay return, and I'll also feed that return into a reverb or something. So it makes that repeat and that delay sound a little bit different, a little bit farther back.
Yeah, that's a great tip, Matt. Like following first of all, putting a low pass filter on your delay makes it not sound like the lead, like whatever you put it on. So it kind of pushes it back in the mix and makes it more like just background, kind of like filling in the space. And then adding reverb then softens the clarity of that delay, so then it makes it even more background, and then it tends to kind of fade away a little bit smoother, as opposed to like hey 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 hey. It's kind of like hey, and it kind of washes into the background, and it's a lot smoother transition. So that's a great tip. That is a fantastic tip. So thank you, Vicky. Great job. Next one is Ill Exotic with Orbit. There we go.
To discover parts of you never yet explored. Your being is a constellation, and I want to see
Intergalactic binary love. Your presence glow like the stars above. Heaven knows and time slows. Illuminate the night like a supernova. Wandering the infinite abyss. Our hearts light the way so nothing feels amiss. Both have history, each our own galaxy, but we burn brighter of all in orbit.
Super cool job, Mr. Ill Exotic, or Mrs. Ill Exotic. I think you're a Mr. I'm sorry. Bye. Yeah, super cool. I really dig it. I think it's well done. The arrangement's super cool. My main comment there is watch your subs. I can tell you're trying to push that low end and make it really prominent, but there's ways to do that where it balances. He said he's a Mr. and a Mrs. Okay. So yeah, you want to make sure that when you're pushing that low end, that you're pushing it in the right spots. So sometimes when we turn up like kicks or 808s that have a lot of low end, there's also a lot of like 250 hertz. And when you push that tends to like start to fill up your mix. Oh, it's two of you. You're a band. I get it now. Got it. So that's what I would just pay attention to that, because that can be overpowering and make other things seem like they're not as loud. Like, for instance, the first vocal, when it comes in, it doesn't feel as present because a lot of that energy down low is being taken up by that bass. So it could be a situation where maybe you duck the 250 but really push the lower sub frequencies to give you that same energy. There later down in the track, there's a snare that comes in, and I felt like it felt a little bit buried, and I think they could all be just a byproduct of that bass being so loud and so upfront. Doesn't leave a lot of space in your mix. But other than that, it was super cool. I think maybe just bringing back the kick and then maybe adding like a sub to it, so you feel the energy, but it also doesn't interfere with the upper harmonics. What about you, Matt? What do you think?
Yeah, I like that one too. I like the synth design of that first like heavy synth. Remind me of like Trent Reznor, like kind of vibes. My thing with that one again too is the low end, and low end is really tricky at first to kind of get right. One thing that you can do is really with the kick and bass relationship is if you have a low kind of synthy, subby bass, then try to pick a kick that's like a little bit higher in the frequency spectrum. Another way to kind of bring bass out too is with saturation. So if you saturate certain areas of that frequency spectrum, you're not necessarily pushing it with the EQ so much. You're just kind of more bringing out those upper harmonics. So there's ways to do that. You can use like lo-fi or any kind of saturator to kind of achieve that. Also a little bit of distortion, just a tiny bit will kind of bring that bass out too without having to push the EQ so hard. But that was a really cool track. I liked it.
Don't give away all the cheat codes, Matt.
That's what we're here for.
Storch, that's exactly what we're here for. Yeah, adding harmonic content to a low frequency instrument makes it stick out, especially on smaller speakers. So, adding, any type of saturator, like if you're into sound toys like Decapitator, lo-fi and Pro Tools, like Matt said. There's a free saturation plugin from what are these guys called? The guys who make the Weiss EQ stuff now. Softtube. Softtube has a saturation plugin that's free. That's amazing. And if you're in Ableton, you know that there's a bunch of cool distortion stuff in there. So, yeah, any of that stuff works really well with bringing out that harmonic content that you'll need to play on smaller speakers, and then your bass doesn't have to be as loud, and then you can focus on pushing the subs. And Matt is 100% correct on mixing low end is probably the hardest thing and the thing that most people struggle with in the beginning. And most of that just has to do with our rooms. If you're in a small room or you're dealing with small speakers, it's really to properly hear the low end, or if you're on headphones. So it's something you have to work at. So, but good job. John said Decap is his go-to. Decapitator.
Great plugin. A great one.
I would shout them out, but they're not sponsoring us. IK is sponsoring us, so shout out to IK. IK's got some really cool stuff in that bundle, and actually, and we can talk about this in the Discord later. They have a secret brand new plugin that I actually got to use. I've been using it for a few weeks now. It's bananas. So I'll tell you about it later, Matt. I won't tell them what it is. So. Here we go. So this next one is Freddie and Caddy Schlosser, produced by the Licata Brothers.
Started with a casual attraction. Now it's got me paralyzed. Overwhelmed by my inaction as I overanalyze. You got me feeling so imperfect as I pause to see your smile. Could you tell me if this days is worth it? 'Cause you got me spinning. Yeah, you got me spinning. I've been wondering if you saw me on the street, would you think it was meant to be? 'Cause I'm not confident you would notice me at all and just leave me in a
one-sided looks will still remain. Find myself far too distracted as I try to understand.
Nice job. Congratulations. That was a pretty good record. Very well done. Somebody said it feels like a sunny summer day. I agree. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good mix. I think I would like to hear a brighter mix. I think the snare could have probably been a little bit brighter, maybe a little bit more splashiness on the cymbals. Just overall, I felt like it would have helped continue the feeling of the bright, sunny day. Like Exotic said, I think that the record definitely has that energy. I feel like giving a little bit brightness overall would have just pushed that over the edge. And then I think that's it for me. Yeah, and I think overall the balance was good. You know what it was? It feels a little bit safe. Like it's like, here's my song. It's really good, but I'm gonna I feel like if they push it, get a little bit more aggressive on certain things, I think you could have something really cool.
Yeah, that was my only thing too, was the darkness of it. It seemed a little bit, you could kind of, to fix that dip around like 200, 300 hertz. That's where most mud comes from, especially on vocals and things like that. So if you kind of dip that and then kind of boost up the higher end, the higher mid range and higher frequencies, that'll kind of give you that brightness. Also the other thing was the vocals were a little bit dark too, and they didn't have much depth. So one way to kind of achieve that is I use like a combination of reverb. So I use like a plate that'll give it the brightness and then the hall behind it to give it more depth. Because the vocal just seemed like it was like right in front of my face. But other than that, I like that track. It felt good and it was well produced. The drums could have been a little bit more up front, but other than that, it was cool. Yeah,
Lloyd just did a time check. I'm okay going a couple. We just got I think 3 more songs. So let's
we can ride.
Yeah, we can ride. I'm down to ride. And also, I'd like to make a comment. Matt, you were talking about mud. Yeah. And I just want to say, I don't know if you guys all know this, but when rappers say getting it out the mud, they're literally talking about 250 hertz.
Yeah.
So if you ever hear somebody say we got it out the mud, they're talking to you. You're like 250 hertz, right? Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Next track, Corey featuring Tate Tucker, Surrender. Here we go.
Take my heart away, release my inner soul into outer space. Life is but a very temporary state. Give you all my faith, I won't hesitate. Take my heart away, release my inner soul into outer space. Life is but a very temporary state. Give you all my faith, I won't hesitate.
Everything, you became everything. Everything. Talking about this, that, third, and the wedding ring. Every day. Think about everything. Move like a veteran. Every day, migraine pain on sight. Finna stay in a better lane. Hey, when she cries in it, grazing and siphoning. Think through it, rising it. Get a better high at it. Feeling on the rise. Concentrated high. This ain't even mine. Golden, you're the mark.
All right, that was Surrender, Corey featuring Tate Tucker. Very cool track. My comments on there are, I think the vocal could be, it could feel a bit more special. It felt not dark, but it just felt kind of flat. The effects were cool, so I felt like it could have been a little bit more present and in your face. And I think that the balance between that piano and kind of patty sound to the drums and the vocals was too much. Like it was too loud, so it was kind of distracting. I feel like that could have been more of a background thing, just establishing, the chords, and then letting the vocal kind of flow on top a little bit more. So that my main comment is just the vocals. I feel like it could have just been a little bit brighter, and a little bit more present. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I thought the vocals were cool. They just, again, could use more presence and just, I see what they were going for. They're going for that, like, Travis Scott kind of vibe. But my only beef was at the beginning before the actual verses started. Like, there's too much reverb and things happening. And the thing with reverb is it's not really effective if you use it everywhere, because then everything has reverb on it. So you have to kind of pick and choose what you want to have reverb on so that it stands out a little bit more. But the verses themselves actually sounded like good. Like that's where it needs to be. But I would just kind of change up the hook a little bit and just make it a little bit more interesting and not so holly. But it was a cool track. I like the vibe of it. I like that stutter, like ping pong delay they did in there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, guys. Reverb, delay, all those effects. Those are, it's like you're cooking. They're spices. Like you can't put ketchup on everything. Like it's just ketchup. So you got to kind of pick and choose where you're going to use it, and you can achieve something sounding. Sometimes we hear a song and there might be reverb on one thing and the reverb is really loud and it makes us feel like there's reverb on everything, and then we'll go into our mix and we'll be like, I got to put reverb on all the and it's like, no, there's like reverb on one thing, but it sounds so good that it makes you think that it's like the whole thing is washed, and it's not. So just learning to listen a little bit more critically is really useful. All right, second to last. So this is Top Talk Levels by Rick Show, and this is the Glitter remix. Guy's trying to take my job. Who is this guy? Super good job. That was really well done. I love the filter part in the beginning because when the vocal comes in and everything else comes in that first section, it just sticks out. It's like, oh, look, it's brightness, which is a great way to use that type of effect. Everything even felt louder when actually technically I'm looking at the file and it's not louder because it's all pretty loud, but the fact that there was no brightness in the beginning and then it pops in just gives you that effect. And that's kind of what we were talking about earlier, just kind of picking and choosing what's loud and what's not and then giving that effect. Really good job. I really like the vocals. John mentioned there, gorgeous vocals. Rick, you did a fantastic. Rick, are you in the chat? Are you here, Rick? You did a fantastic job. Whoever mixed that, if you did,
Yeah, it was really good.
that was like really good.
Yeah. I like the use of the time-based effects on that vocal. Like it wasn't too much, but it added like a brightness and a vibe to it. I also like the contrast in the bridge section. Like it kind of dropped out and kind of different things are happening. And I like the sound design of that one. There's a lot of cool sounds, little things happening here and there. And it was a good mix overall. I really, really liked that one.
Yeah, really, really well balanced. The low end was great. It was solid.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was like sticking out or anything. Like just there he is, Rick. Yeah, he said he mixed and mastered it. I hope that you get paid for that work, or that you're starting to charge people for that, because you did a really good job.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a really good job. Did you produce it as well, Rick? I know there's a little bit of a delay, so it might take time, but because it says Rick Show Glitter Remix. I'd love to hear at some point the original and see what the difference is. I think that'd be really cool if you ever get a chance, Rick. All right, so let's go to the last track here, Cyber Wingman Retro Heavy. Super cool Cyber Wingman. A couple of notes. I felt like the snare could have been bigger. I felt like it would have made sense for the style that you're going for here. I think a little bit more space could have helped, like on some reverb on the snare as well, just to kind of create that. You had some cool panning stuff, but I just felt like everything could have just felt a little bit bigger. Like it was like, like I should be wearing a leather jacket that has like a skull on the back when I play this, and it should feel like badass. So those are my comments.
Yeah, with tracks like that, it's driving track, and it's just really hard. So you got to kind of prioritize what you want, especially those guitars. And the drums, I thought could have just pushed a little harder and just make you go like this, because it's that type of track.
Exactly. Give me a little Run the Jewels kind of vibes.
Yeah, man.
So that's the last track, and I see John. We played your record, and we really liked it. We played it, or it was like the third song we played. I don't know if you were maybe not in the chat, but my notes for that were really like the balance. We thought the backgrounds could come up a bit in the chorus, and personally, I felt like the drums could have been a little bit louder. So yeah, that was that. All right. Now comes the Matt. Do you know who you like as your favorite? I'm pretty sure. Do you want to text it to me and then I can announce it, and then that way it's like super secret squirrel. Let's see. Then the person that we pick is actually getting the T-Rex. It's a T-Rex bundle, Lloyd, that we're giving away. Oh, wait, we have one more. Jerry Arrioja. Let's see. I'm going to look at my folder. Jerry, I don't see. Hold on a second. Let me just check this while Lloyd gets back to us and lets us know what the fabulous gift that we're giving away tonight is. Skull. I'm gonna check for that. Okay. Do you have that one, Matt? I don't see it in.
What's it called?
Let's see what it's called. It's called Cuando tú no estás aquí.
Let me see. I don't have that one.
Yeah, I don't see it. So we'll do this. Let me see. How about this, Jerry? Why don't you save that one? We're gonna do another one soon, and then we'll play it then, because I don't see it here. If that's okay with you, and then we'll rock yours next time.
They're really going for it. It looks like everybody sees it in the drive.
I'm in
I
the
just looked
drive.
in the drive. I don't see it here.
I'm like, okay, guys, we're gonna get to it. Thanks for the support. Love it.
Let's see.
I'm looking. I don't see. Okay, hold on. Here I am.
Did you just?
Oh,
drop
I
it?
see it. I see it. No.
Oh,
I see
there it is. It's not.
There it is.
No.
Okay, I see it. Okay, let's go here. And let's download this so we can all hear it together. Look, what is it that we're giving away today? What is that they're gonna get?
It's on the screen. We're giving away a copy of IK Multimedia T-Rex S5 Max.
Ooh, the Max version?
The Max version with all the plugins for mixing and mastering. And if you want to know what it is, you can watch the first 2 minutes of the video, and there's a trailer about it. But yeah, pretty exciting.
Listen, guys, those plugins are when we did our mix seminar at the top of the year, we were using a bunch of those, and they're amazing. So whoever wins that, amazing, good, congratulations, because there's a really cool suite of plugins in there.
It's worth almost $500. Okay, so it was worth sticking with us tonight. Not only you got invaluable feedback from Frank and Matt, but maybe one of you is gonna leave with this package.
Well, here's the last track. Here is Gerardo Rioja, and here is Cuando tú no estás aquí. Last track. Here we go.
Hay veces que te extraño, los días son largos cuando tú no estás aquí, y cuando llueve pienso en ti. Hay veces que te llamo, nunca pensé que yo sería tan feliz, pero hoy no estás más por aquí. Ya pasó el tiempo desde la noche en que te vi y pasa lento. Yo ya no quiero estar así. estás hoy nos vamos tú y yo. En el camino hablaremos de los dos. Mira mis ojos.
All right, that was Cuando Tú No Estás Aquí. That's a nice track. Mix wise, I feel the mix was a little bit safe. It kind of felt like held back. I think you could have made some things louder, especially like the drums. The guitars, whoever recorded the drums did a great job. I mean, whoever recorded the guitars did a great job. Really good sounding guitars. It was nice hearing all that fret noise and stuff like that. And I feel like the vocal could have, use some EQing and some compression, or it might have even been too much compression, because it feels like sometimes she would sing a little bit louder and it felt like it would duck. So it could have just been maybe too much compression, or the compressor was too fast. But pretty good. I think the balance is close. I just think it would need to kind of push a little bit in some areas. What do you think?
Yeah, tracks like that too, like the drums and things like that need to be a little bit, like I was saying before, the rhythmic element of the songs are really very, very important. My other thing was the vocals seemed a little bit far back and a little too dry, and it just didn't excite me. It was a good performance, but there's ways that you can kind of make that vocal a little bit prettier and a little bit more exciting. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good track.
Agreed. All right, so I think that's it. I think we got everybody today. So, all right, moment of truth. We have both decided that the winner of tonight will be Mr. Rick Show with the Top Talk track. So congratulations, Mr. Rick Show. You did a fantastic job, and you will be taking home that T-Rex so you can even get even better and take both our jobs. So thank you guys for coming in. I don't know where Loic is. Loic, where are you? Come in. There he is. With purple lights, boy, you better watch out.
Yeah, I have the purple light. I have the light that turns whatever light color you want.
Just flexing on everybody.
Please, Rick, congratulations to you. And clap. Please congratulate Rick. And also, please drop a 1 to thank Matt and Frank for providing feedback to, I think, almost all the songs that were submitted. This was a marathon. Thank you so much for your patience and hanging with us for an extra 20 minutes. If you want to hang out for another 15 minutes, everybody on camera, please join our Discord. The link was in the email, but I think most of you are now on the Discord. We've been sharing, if you don't know, but we've been sharing tracks on Spotify from each one of us on the Spotify Boost channel, so we can all boost our streams. And we're going to be hanging a bit on the Emmy Lounge VC for a few minutes. It's a meet and greet. It's an opportunity for everybody to be on the camera and speak and say hello. So we hope to see you there. Frank and Matt disappear. I'm going to bring Matt back. Thank you so much, guys. Any closing
I thought
comments?
he just jumped to the Discord. He was like, I'm out. I'm on Discord.
Thank you guys for having me. It was a great time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
And Matt, do you have the link to the Discord?
No, I don't. Can you put it in the chat?
Yes, I will. Absolutely.
Cool. Thank you.
Absolutely. So
thank you guys for being brave and submitting your music. I know it's tough to let other people listen to your music and also play it live. I know it takes a lot of bravery, so I really appreciate you guys doing that. And are you announcing something here or in the Discord, Loic?
No, I've announced a bit, but now we're going to jump to the Discord, okay?
Awesome. All right, well, I'll see you guys over there on Discord for a couple of minutes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.